Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 6. And I want to thank everybody that's been listening so far. It's been a fun season. This season's been different guests, and I have a lot of guests coming up. And, this season has been not only had some past guests, but also a few new guests, but I had to have somebody on that I didn't get to have on season 1. One of my closest friends, Miss Leah Knowland, and so I'm very excited to have her on season 2. I've always wanted to have her on because we always have good conversations and talk about different things, and I really want to talk about her dog too. So basically, Leah, welcome to the show.
Hey Eric, what's up?
Nothing much. Man? Doing good. So I'm excited to have you. It's always good to have close friends on. Like I said, this show, a lot of times I have guests on I don't know, or it's people that I've had on before, or, I'm trying to get some more new people for this season, so I'm excited to have new people. But you being a close friend, I know a lot about you, but I feel like there's things that we can learn more about, and also things we can dive into and talk about, pretty much in general. So,
for sure.
Leah, so pretty much, how has life been treating you lately?
Well, it's a new year now. Last year, I can't laugh. It sucked. It really sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It was rough in the beginning. Middle, also rough. End of the year, it was okay. I have a couple good stories from the end of the year.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've just been living, man.
I feel you. We actually got to talk and catch up before the show. We both been really busy with just life in general, and there's just been a lot going on. 2021 was a wild-ass year. And her and I actually here recently got something super dope to happen. Leah and her friend Katie, shout out to Katie, they got to go to the Jack Harlow concert at Headliners. Well, Jack Harlow did a No Place Like Home tour. I talked about this on a recent episode, and basically it was a tour where it was 5 shows and 5 nights at 5 historic venues in Louisville. And Leah got to go to the Headliners one, which is super fucking dope. Headliners is a super sick venue. Pretty much a lot of times stand up only. Not stand up comedy. I mean, it's just a stand up venue where you just, everybody's standing. Has a bar in the back. Tons of historic acts have been there. I've seen some great acts there. They actually were a client of mine at one time. But she got to be there for that show. And so I thought that was super sick just in general that she was there. And then out of nowhere, the DJ, Jack's DJ, pretty much, asked Leah if she wanted to, be on the list. And, next thing you know, Leah's on Jack's list. And she can tell the story a lot better. But just to kind of dive into what happened after that, I'm literally at work. And I'll let Leah tell the part about how she won the ticket and the tickets to the next night and how, it all went down. But so out of nowhere, I'm on Dixie Highway and I'm driving to the bank to make a deposit. And I literally had a sandwich, and I was just really excited about this sandwich because I was also just hey, I'm outside of fucking work. I work out South End. I was all right. And I looked down and I'm oh shit, Leah's hit me up, what's good? I was I was I have a missed call and voicemail, so I listened to the voicemail and I'm no way. And then out of nowhere, I see the text message and then I hit Leah up. Leah's hey dude, I have 2 fucking tickets to Zanzibar tonight to see Jack Harlow. And I was holy shit, yeah, I want to fucking go. So I was super pumped. I literally was I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. It changed my whole day. Then the day got so slow because it was just leading up to it. But the Jack Harlow show was fantastic, incredible. We were in there with 150 people or less.
It was legit.
Music executives, certain fans, friends, family. But me and Leah right in the middle, right in the center. He saw us in there, and we were showing love, and we were just vibing. We were having a good time, and those bourbon and cokes were hitting. So, Leah, tell us about how you got those tickets, how that went down at Headliners.
So pretty cool story. Like I said, 2021 sucked, but December was pretty good to me.
That's awesome.
So me and my friend Katie, shout out to Katie, what's up? But we went to Headliners, and we were kind of just like standing in the crowd, and Jack Harlow was singing like songs off of his first album, which I was just like, all right, this is about to get good.
Yeah.
Well, he started singing the song Eastern Parkway. Shout out to Jack. That's a classic.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Especially, and if you're from Louisville, you know the road. You know what's up. Yeah, for sure.
But he started singing it, and I was just really vibing, and I just kind of, next thing I knew, I was at the front, and like I was singing with Jack, and he kind of like bent down, and he was like, hey, like he pointed to me, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So he was like, hey, DJ, and like his DJ ran over, and he was like, let me get your information, and like he put all my information in Jack's phone, and then he told me, he was like, we're gonna take care of you, and I was like, all right, that's dope. And then I woke up the next morning, and I had a text message saying, hey, thanks for coming out to Headliners. We want to invite you to come to Z-Bar tonight. Hope you can make it. So that is my pretty cool ending story to 2021.
That's such a dope-ass story. Yeah. And it was so sick, too, because when we walked up into Zanzibar, like, Leah was waiting for me. She got there before. And we get there, and to be honest with you, you would not have thought there was a Jack Harlow show about to go down that night. No. It was like, place was like dead. There's just a few people walking around. Like, it was like, I've seen more packed for like local events. Yeah. And so I was like, what the hell? But then to realize it was such a like VIP type show, special show, like his favorite show he did the whole tour, like pretty much his favorite show he did of 2021. I'm not just saying that because we were there. He literally said that, and it was just it was special. It had a different vibe than what the other ones had. So I was blessed to be there, and like I told Leah, we witnessed history, Louisville history, especially because we're local kids, and that's shit that like everyone aspires to, and like I don't know, it's just dope, and I feel like with vibing with Sleezy, I've talked about this before on episodes, like trying to leave a legacy, trying to leave a positive mark, and that's what I do, and that's why I like to be creative and do things, and it's really fucking cool to see somebody like Jack Harlow to aspire to things, do things, and the time I've met him before, just very humble. So shout out to Jack, shout out to that night, the DJ, and shout out to you. Thank you for taking me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Anytime.
Yeah, and so that was definitely a dope night, and so yeah, I thought that was cool. We got to talk about that. I mean, I felt like too when we were there, it was so easy to get drinks. Number one, like from regards of
shout out to Z-Bar.
Shout out to Z-Bar.
Yeah.
So to have such a dope show and such a big act, and like for it to be in that intimate setting, they had such a small staff. They got all of it done. Everybody in there was very, security was very thorough. The front check was like, there was multiple checks there. I mean, it was some serious shit. And then what was cool, too, was like, when we got to walk in, we got to see how the DJ boards were all set up with already his layout, and it was ready to go.
Cool. It was pretty cool.
Now, the thing that blew my mind was, so Ear Ecstasy is a store that we got to grow up with in Louisville. So if you're a Louisville fan listening here, like not Louisville athletics, but just a fan of the city, or you're from Louisville, Louisville native in general, and you know about Ear Ecstasy. It was a huge record shop, especially during the music record days. Like when I got into music and like when got my audio production degree, record shops were still buzzing, but sadly, that business has really taken a decline, especially even with CD sales and everything because of the digital streaming age, So, I mean, it's just everything advances. So, It's cool that Jack got to dedicate a lot to Ear Ecstasy. I thought it was impressive that he was able to have that stage at every venue set up that way, and to be able to set it up at Zanzibar.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. What do you, let me ask you this. So, what do you think of when I say Louisville music? What is some of your favorite artists locally besides Jack Harlow? Is there anybody else that you've liked growing up here?
Man,
were you into Nappy Roots?
Oh my God, yes, I love Nappy Roots.
Yeah,
I saw them at oh my God, it was like a fair event one year. It was like a free concert.
Kentucky State Fair.
Yes, Kentucky State Fair.
At Cardinal Stadium.
Yes, yeah. I saw them there one year, and I was like, man, it's like that's cool.
Yeah, they were sick, like, back in the day. Like, I love them. Our Prophet, who actually has been on Catfish. I actually have met him a few times, hung out, drank beer with him. I have a picture of him on Facebook. He's a nice guy, but he actually, like, I think was with the group for so long, and then they had kind of a breakup where he was out. I don't know if he's back in. But yeah, Nappy Roots were huge. I always was a huge fan since middle school. I remember my gym teacher, Miss Reese at Myers, like, she knew all the Nappy Roots, so she would always, like, sneak me stickers and stuff, like, of, like, the Nappy Roots and stuff, so I thought that was so dope. But yeah, that Watermelon Chicken and Grits album was humongous. Like, that was some big time thing. But yeah, she just would have these stickers though that would have the album, like, artwork on it, and she would just slide them to me, and I thought that was so
cool.
sick. Because I'm like some punk ass 13-year-old kid. Like, she had to bring me those, and she's probably friends with them, like, gone to school with them, and she's hitting them up for stickers for me to have, like, I got some kid class, but so, like, locally wise, was Jack Harlow the person that you just really did it for you?
I mean, to be honest, Jack probably really did do it for me.
And I'll be honest, I can tell you're such a fan. Like, you really...
Why? Because my hoodie?
No, not just because you're wearing the hoodie, but no, I'm saying, like, at this show, you can just tell you have a passion for his music. Like, you know the lyrics, you're into it. Like, you also... I loved it too. Like, you called out two dumb bitches in front of you that were just being completely shitty. No, they were being really shitty, and, like, were just like they like put a thumbs down or something to one of the opening artists. The DJ said,
yeah, they were making fun of his DJ, and I was like, man, that's not cool.
Yeah,
like, don't do that.
Yeah,
like, I mean, everybody got a part in this. Like,
yeah, they sucked. So those were the two people I would say. They were not the people that should have been there. They did not deserve to be. They didn't deserve to be there. They did not.
The Jersey kid, though, like, shout out to the Jersey kid if you ever hear this.
Yeah,
like,
he won those tickets.
He was,
too.
Yeah, like.
And it was a Charlotte jersey. And what's funny is you said he won these tickets off his jersey because Jack liked his jersey, and then it turns out he wears the same jersey.
He did.
The next night.
That's why I recognized him. He was like, "Are you that person?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You're the Jersey kid." He's like, "Yeah."
And then we meet some music executive that was behind us, which I thought was super cool because they were like wanting to know how we knew Jack, how we were in there, and I think people were all kind of looking around at each other like, "How'd you get in? How'd you get in?" Because there was a lot of mystery to some people's entry, and but man, that was just such a dope show. So many good hits. So yeah, that was a good time. So I was talking about in the intro of the show something that I care about and something you care about, and it's not a something; it's a someone. So Mr. Finn. So I wanted to talk about your dog. So Finn is an amazing dog that Leah has. I got to really know Finn over the past couple years and got to spend time with him. And I've watched Finn in the past, and he's just a good dog in general. Really sweet, very smart. and very curious. I mean, very really doesn't really let anything. How would you say it? Like he's not going to leave something unwrapped. He's gonna he's gonna make sure he finds out what it is. But he's a great dog. So tell me what type of dog he is.
So Finn is a mountain cur.
What is a mountain cur?
So a mountain cur, from what I have read, is they used to use them back way back in the day, and they would send them out to go retrieve food and bring it back. So they were hunting dogs.
Yeah,
that's essentially what they were. So yeah, he's a full blood mountain cur.
And so a lot of the pioneers had these dogs that you shared with me. Something also I thought was interesting about mountain curs that I had learned as well, that they were very, very common in Indiana. I mean, Indiana is a state that's actually just north of us here in Kentucky. It's actually where I bought my new car. So I bought a car at Neil Huffman, and went really great. So I got a Hyundai. And I think I told everybody I got a Hyundai Sonata, but it was actually an Elantra. So who gives a fuck? It's a new car, it's a new whip, and it's paid off because of insurance, and I feel good. So I'm enjoying whipping it. So it's been nice. So I'm excited to definitely continue driving it. So anywho, with that, Indiana is had to give it a little shout out. So because they definitely made it an easy process. But in Indiana, those that's the state right north, and so it's kind of cool to know that mountain curs like Finn were, so common there, and then you to have one here in Louisville, and and the thing too is that when you see him up close at first, he almost looks ferocious. Like not ferocious. If you didn't know him, you'd be like, "That's a big dog." He kind of startled you.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
But then when you get to know him, mountain curs were so common too around kids and family. They're actually just a very nice, loving dog. They're just big. They're just big old dogs.
Yeah, I can't lie. He's just a little chunky. But we're also working on it because we're going to the dog park and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He's not it's not like he has an issue or anything, so we're good there. But no, he gets excited for a little bit and then he just calms down. That's how he is. But he's also very protective. That's one thing. People are like, "Oh yeah, your dog shouldn't be aggressive," and I'm like, he's not aggressive. There's a difference between being aggressive and being protective. Yeah. So.
And he eats. So when he eats the dry food, but he likes water in it.
So actually, it's funny. Lately, we've been doing a half a cup of dry dog food, and then a half a cup of wet dog food, and then he looks at me and kind of turns his head until I put the water in it, and.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, no. I when I've watched him before, I've done that, and I think it's hilarious because he thinks it's like you're mixing gravy in there, you're mixing up his food. So, but he digs it, and whatever works to make him eat, that's all that matters. And he's a great boy. So yeah, I thought it was a very interesting breed. It's a breed that you don't hear a lot, and people don't really know that kind of breed. A lot of times they think of him as a different kind of dog type.
A lot of people ask me if he's a pit bull. And I'm like, no.
And and sometimes too, it's because people just, I think, only assume a certain amount of breeds. I think they only think of 10 type of dogs. And I think
exactly.
that's it. And at the end of the day, there's so many. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to talk about him in that regards. Now, do you see yourself down the road ever getting more dogs?
Oh my God, yes.
What kind of dogs would you like to get?
Oh my goodness. So, to be honest with you, I've always wanted a Frenchie, but they're just so expensive. And I was like, no, I'd rather rescue a dog. So I definitely would like to get a pit bull in the future, because they're not mean and they're not aggressive, like a lot of people think they are. It's how you train your dog. And I will argue that till I'm blue in the face. But I definitely would like to get a pit bull, maybe, or some kind of like pit bull mix, and then also a mastiff. But I'm gonna need a yard first. So
I feel you. Yeah, with the loss of Atlas here recently, I've definitely made a decision where I wanted to wait about a year, and something that was hilarious, like I was talking to my parents about it when I was at the dealership, and they were laughing. They were like, do you really want to go through it again? The pet thing, because I got so attached. But at the end of the day, I definitely want to do it. But it's gonna be in the future. I don't know when, but if I do it, I want to get like 2 dogs, 2 cats, do the multiple animal route, because I think that'd be a smoother way to go, and to kind of have that bonding and kind of everybody just grow together, have a big pet-friendly family kind of deal.
Yes, absolutely.
It'd be sick.
I say all the time, I'm like, I actually want like 20 dogs, and my friends are like, Leah. I'm like, who doesn't want 20 dogs?
I want a camel. I mean, I really do want a camel. I really want a camel. I think that would just be so sick to have like a camel farm, and like also just a few other random animals like bulls and different things.
Alpaca, that would be a cute
That'd be
one.
sick. That would be sick.
Cool.
And like another animal like bighorn sheep, that'd be dope. Like I saw those in Colorado, and they blew my fucking mind. Shout out to AJ Thomas. I know he'll listen to this episode. He's a big fan of Vibing with Sleezy. He listens to every episode. We saw bighorn sheep out there, which are basically rams, and man, those things are huge and really impressive to see. So that'd be cool to also maybe have one day. But no, I'm thinking about having like an exotic farm. But on Billtown Road, which is here in J-Town in Louisville, Kentucky, there's a road off there that takes you down, kind of cuts through, and there's like a entrance to Charlie Bettner, but there's also like a neighborhood there, and there's like a few other little neighborhoods. Well, there is literally a farm. Well, at probably like three times a year, there was a bunch of bulls, like bighorn, longhorn bulls that this guy had, and my cousin basically would like call my dad, because my cousin was like single, and it was my mom. My mom would be like, Mark, go take care of it. My dad would go over there. Well, they have like a bull in the front yard, because the bull would like knock over the fence wall and get into the neighborhood next door. So I always thought that was pretty crazy, but I also thought about it. I was like, man, it'd be wild, just like seeing animals just like in your front yard or in your backyard. Like I never got to see it because I was like too little as a kid, but like they would tell me those stories. But yeah, supposedly on Billtown there was a huge farm full of animals. But we've also had, I heard out in the East End, there was what was that place called? Noah's Ark, or? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was like an ark place, and they had a bunch of different random animals. They even had a water buffalo. Yeah. Yeah. Water buffaloes be sick. Yeah, they're interesting creatures.
They're pretty cool animals,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So what would you say is your favorite wild animal?
Favorite wild animal?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I know what my favorite animal is.
What is your favorite animal?
It's a turtle.
Okay.
I love turtles. I don't know why. I love turtles.
I saved a turtle once.
Really?
So I had British neighbors when I was growing up, and one of the boys of the British dad supposedly, they had found a turtle in the field behind our house, and we lived in this cul-de-sac, and there was this giant field, and their dad wanted to turn the turtle into an ornament. So here's what's crazy. The little boy told me that. And when the little boy told me that, I was like completely horrified. So here's what's crazy. The little boy's an idiot. I'm not going to say his name. But the little boy gives me the turtle and was like, I got to go somewhere for a couple hours. Can you watch this turtle? but my dad's going to turn to an ornament. So I tell my mom goes, go run that turtle somewhere safe. So I take off with the turtle.
That's right. You got a smart
and
mama.
I run him out somewhere safe, and I hide him in this area. And here's what's crazy. I saw his marks. I was in the ecology club. Shout out to the ecology club, Fern Creek Elementary. I already knew a lot of animals and footprints, and I was a wilderness kind of guy. I love animals to this day. So I was going to save that turtle. So I saved it. He got all mad. I told him to, I told the kid to fuck off, and I was little, I was younger, but I probably told him to, get the heck out of here or something. But if I was older, I told him to go fuck off. But the turtle was gone. The turtle was saved, no ornament. And then here's what's crazy: I saw that turtle a few years later because I counted the marks, and I could tell by his age, because you can tell by certain marks on turtles about their age. So I saw it, and me and him connected again, and I made sure he kind of got to a safe route again. And I feel like we were destined to reconnect again.
That's a sweet story.
So yeah, turtles are dope. And in my ecology club, my science lab, we had tons of turtles. So I just love turtles.
My bucket list is to go somewhere with crystal clear water, and I can swim with turtles.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I just want to swim with turtles.
They're fun. They're fun animals, and I think too. The thing about turtles too is they're really sweet, and I love to see turtles. To talk about turtles, I have a sea turtle actually on my wall. There's a sea turtle center in Navarre, Florida. I've been to Pensacola and Navarre a lot, but it's the sea turtle place I've always wanted to go, and I'm going to try to plan on going here in the next couple of years. But sea turtles are very important. I've been down in Florida when they've had the sea turtle hatchings and stuff like that. I think that's very important. It's cool to see those sea turtles and to see the eggs and just the whole process, because those things are crawling in the ocean. But yeah, turtles in general are great. I've also seen some badass snapping turtles. We're from Kentucky, where we do have the Turtle Man. So the Turtle Man he is from here. Yeah, so before we get too far in the show, we did shout out Katie, but I don't want you to get in trouble. You better shout out your other girls because they're going to listen.
I figured eventually I would start just talking about them, but if you want me to do it now, shout out to
Nicole.
Yes, shout out to my best friend, and then also
Alicia.
Shout out to Alicia and the baby, the baby, the baby. No, but shout out all of you guys. You guys are freaking amazing, and I'm so blessed that you're in my life. I love you.
So yeah, I thought you would shout them out. I didn't want us to forget. That's your close homies. Yeah, I feel like I've been in this birthday party group with these girls for years now. I'm the birthday party groupie. I get invited. I come. I entertain. I eat the snacks. I drink the drinks. I do the partying. I play the games, and I have a good time. Yeah, and I never say no, and I always RSVP. It's always a guaranteed yes for me. So it's fun being a part of that group and to be able to go to those birthday parties and to enjoy in that aspect. I think that's always been a really cool time, and so I'm thankful for being able to be a part of that. I like to socialize with tons of people. I'm just, I've never met a stranger, so I have different friend groups, but, I'm always appreciative that that friend group never leaves me out. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate you all always including me with the parties and shindigs.
We love you, Eric.
Yeah. No, I love y'all too, and I appreciate that. And I actually just saw them at a Christmas party here recently. So I thought what was cool at that Christmas party, something I noticed, and I kind of got last dibs on it because I was kind of late. I was recording podcasts that night, and I got over there a little late. But the cheese, I liked the cheeses that were there, and I was very impressed by the little labels on the cheeses. Mm-hmm. That's dope. Like, you
Shout
know, a lot
out
of times,
to
yes.
Amazon for the charcuterie board.
Okay, yeah.
I got that for Katie for
Okay.
her birthday.
Okay, because here's the thing. The reason I bring it up, and I promise you, my podcast is not scripted. This is raw, uncut. So we didn't even talk about this before. I just randomly brought that up. So that's a good gift idea by you.
Yeah.
So I thought it was super sick because think about this. How many parties have you been to in your life where you don't know what cheese you're eating? I've been there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. There's not like a lot of cheeses where I'm just like, ooh, it's cheese. But I'm also like, there's some cheeses I might not fuck with. And I'd rather know. Like, I don't fuck with American, like, but I also, there's just some cheeses that kind of too creamy. Like, sometimes some goat cheese, I'm like, but I think it's cool to see the little labels and know that. I went to a New Year's Eve party here recently. It was a lot of fun. But I'll be honest with you. I did not, it was a small group gathering, but I didn't know the cheeses. And I was disappointed. And I'll be honest, I was thinking back, and that's what made me think of this, because that was so recent. That was literally, today's the 2nd, so this just happened. I literally was thinking, man, I need the fucking cheese label system that I saw at Katie's house. So shout out to that. Yeah. More labels at parties.
More labels.
I like, seriously, like, there's shit that I feel like the label industry is very underwhelmed. Like, it should be more overwhelming. Like, everything should start being labeled.
That's why I keep seeing this thing where they're like, oh yeah, the cereal company should hook up with the Ziploc company and they would make millions of dollars. Like, why aren't they patenting that? Like, shout out to whoever thought of that first. Like, because that's genius. Like, you should patent that before someone steals it.
That's good.
Yeah. That's
real good. I didn't think about that. You know, there's a lot of combos you could really match with stuff. Well, let's think really quick. What are a couple other combos we could come up?
Oh, man.
Are we throwing away $1 million ideas? But you could also come up with, you know what's crazy to think about? Why aren't the coffee companies, why are not the coffee machine makers, why are they not making coffee? Like, there's not Mr. Coffee. Think about it. But Mr. Coffee makes, like, hundreds of coffee machines every year. Millions. Yeah. Not hundreds, but, like, hundreds of types of, like, millions of coffee machines every year. They have no coffee. You got to think about this, too. Like Keurig has, like, their pods or whatever.
Right.
You know, like, the model. But they don't have, like, I don't think there's, like, Keurig coffee. Like, maybe there is. But I'm just saying, there's just, I don't know. That's something I just randomly thought about. Or maybe that's just how I thought. But I don't know. It's just like, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think about it. Like, there is a lot out there, but there's just certain brands that you would think, or like certain makers that would make the other thing for the item. Like the trash can companies, like, are all of them in the trash bag game? You know, like, I don't know. That's why I need to be a CEO. Even though I can't think of, no, I'm just kidding. But even though I can't think of, right now I can't think of, a bunch. But yeah, I know there's some out there. It's interesting too sometimes when that is the factor, that it's like, why are you not running why are you not just making both, double dip?
Right.
Like, I feel like everybody's been double dipping. Talking about just inventing stuff and making stuff just business-wise, if you've ever seen the movie The Founder about McDonald's by Ray Kroc, it's got the dude, it's got Michael Keaton that was like Batman, and he is Ray Kroc, the guy that invented McDonald's, but the business structure, the plan was so crazy, and you know, McDonald's are everywhere now, and it's like all this stuff, and it was franchised. And it's just, you got to watch the movie. It just really shows like how McDonald's really started. But I don't know, man. It's really crazy how it started. They were so perfectionist, and now the burger's so sloppy.
Oh yeah,
It's so sloppy. And sometimes I feel like my burger. I know sometimes you're gonna get that microwave burger, but sometimes it is just they have zapped that fucker. Like they zapped that thing, and I feel like I could knock somebody out with it, like hit them in the temple.
Okay.
But, you know, I told you sometimes in my job I have to be kind of protective of myself. Like maybe I should just keep some zapped McDonald's burgers. But no, that movie just blew my mind because it also made me think. Because I saw some throwback photos of just stuff in Louisville city history, and I saw one of the first McDonald's, which was out on Dixie Highway, and it made me think about it. It's like, I wonder how good a McDonald's burger really was back then.
Yeah, I've always been curious.
But it was a game changer.
Probably. Yeah.
I bet it blew people's minds. And I bet it was a good fucking burger. But I've had some great burgers over there. WWE Cousins, though, never disappoints. Shout out to WWE Cousins. I had their burger today for lunch, and it's fucking perfect. I had a gift card for Christmas. I go there a lot. It's my favorite place. But, man, it just never disappoints. And just, man, and now that I work, what's crazy is now that I work on the South End, not only do I have WWE Cousins kind of on one end of Dixie Highway, but I have Mr. Gaddy's on the other.
Oh, no.
So I double dip on both. And I just like it. And now that I'm getting on these first name basis with these places. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Because when your birthday comes up, or when something comes up, special occasion, oh, hey, Eric, how's it going today? I just got that, it's that anniversary of that certain occasion. Oh, you can throw some fries in there.
No, my favorite burger place, I haven't been in a while, but Buns on Bardstown Road.
Yeah, I need to actually try Buns. I think I need to go to Buns because like I said, WWE Cousins is my jam. Love that place. There's a lot, like, the Gain place. I love their burgers. I love Sidebar's burgers. But Buns is a place I definitely need to try. You've told me about it before.
It's so good.
And with Buns, is it kind of like a hole-in-the-wall place? Yeah. Is it open all the time?
I think they have different hours. Definitely have to Google that and check.
Another good burger spot I tell everybody if you're in the Louisville area, and I know they got one in Cincinnati, I think close to Findlay Market, but it's Ollie Trolley.
I love Ollie's Trolley. I haven't been so long.
Yeah, Ollie's Trolley. I know Louisville is fire. It's I actually want to get an Ollie Trolley t-shirt online. I saw one. It looked so dope, but you wait in line. They got a mozzarella cheese slice. That's the cheese they use. They use really nice mozzarella cheese slices. They got the Ollie sauce. It's fucking incredible. Like, I really fuck with Ollie's Trolley. So I'm getting really hungry now thinking about these burger ideas. I had a burger day for lunch, but that's like, shit, I could go for another burger. But yeah, Ollie's Trolley, it's another place with definitely special hours, but historic spot. Not many Ollie Trolley left in the United States, but we're lucky to have some in Louisville. The work crowd downtown definitely keeps that place running, keeps that place afloat. But yeah, it's good stuff. Shout out to Ollie's Trolley. Woo, man, their fries, they got like the Ollie spice. There's also Dizzy Wits, which is a good burger.
Oh yeah, Dizzy Wits.
They have a breakfast too that I would say.
Have breakfast?
Yeah, they have breakfast too that they'll throw on the grill. It's incredible. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta say that it's some good stuff. Like, whew, man, it's some good stuff. So their burgers are just they're really good. So yeah, I'm craving burgers. Like, I'm sending burger vibes out. If you're listening to this podcast and you're like driving to work or anything, I hope you have a good burger today. Like, you
go
deserve
get yourself
it.
A good burger.
You deserve it. And something that, and shout out to Christine and Jim in Nashville, something that they've always spoiled me. When I go to Nashville to visit, they always tell me, hey, I'm going to take you to a burger place. Like, I'm going to, so they'll take me to these different burger places. Well, they have this place called Jack Brown's down there. And it's this kind of like, not hole in the wall, I guess you say on the wall. It's a little bit big, but it's got about 10 tables inside, a little patio area. Mm-hmm. And it's got an outside game area. And the thing about Jack Brown's that is just so good is that, like, it's the perfect palm burger. Like, it, like, sits in your palm perfect. And, like, I'm talking, like, I understand, like different sizes, like, of hands and stuff like that. But, like, I have a pretty nice sized hand, but it just fits so perfect in your palm. And it's just so easy to eat. And here's the crazy thing about it. I feel like it's a science because what it comes down to is that burger, once you eat it and it's just fit in your palm, you're like, man, I might be able to do another one. And then I wonder sometimes, like, how many second burgers they sell because I bought the second burger before.
Yeah.
I ate it. It was fire. But then I was really stuffed. And I was like, man, maybe did I need that second burger? So, but yeah, I love a good burger. A place that you and me and Nicole ate at that I was very impressed with their food was Dundee. Was it Dundee Tavern?
Yes. Oh, man.
That was very good.
Their wings are fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nicole for introducing me to Dundee, and shout out for Dundee for your wings.
We ate at the patio. Yeah,
yes.
We ate at the patio, and it was good. I remember Dundee. What's funny? You bring up wings at Dundee. I have a fake tooth in my front of my mouth, and I was eating wings, and for the first time, I bit into a wing there at Dundee, and my tooth came out. And I thought it'd be hilarious to fuck with the waitress, so I called her over, and I said, what the fuck? Is this a joke? Like, your cook put a tooth in my food. So the waitress screams bloody murder. It becomes a big scene, and I start laughing. I'm like, that's not fake tooth. So I ended up getting the tooth back on, and they all laughed about it. And but yeah, shout out to Dundee. But that's just a funny moment I always think about. So it cracks me up because I love that place too. They have really good wings, and yeah, it's just a really good. It's got just a good bar setting and good vibes. Yeah, we went there we went there that one night, and we all sat on the patio, and it was fucking rocking. Like,
they had live music.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like what we did was we did the slightest change. Like, we moved from one table to another table, and it just fucked our waitress's like world up. Like, I felt
kind of bad. She's really busy.
Yeah, and I felt like it was just so confused, and I was like, we got this. We got this. So, but yeah, they were good. Yeah. Oh, I was hungry. I got the fish that night, and it did not disappoint. I like a good fish sandwich, and it was good. So, what are some of your favorite spots in Louisville to eat at that you like?
Oh man. So I think it's called Taco Louisville on Barton Road.
Okay.
It's where is it? It's like close to oh my god, what is it called? The place with the movie theater in the back door.
Oh,
shopping center.
The Village, not Village 8, but it's owned by the Village 8 people. It's Mid-City Mall.
Mid-City Mall. Yes. Oh my gosh, drawing a blank. But yeah, that Taco Louisville is really good. And then I'm also a fan of Vincenzo's. It's expensive, but I like.
Oh, Vincenzo's, yeah, it's good. It used to be one of my clients. Jack Harlow drops in a song as well. So, it's very good food. So shout out those places. No, don't apologize. That's some good spots. I'd say mine. Of course, I said WW Cousins, but I also would say I have a few other little Louisville spots I like. Like, I love Game that I mentioned. I mean, Game just has all these exotic type of burgers and food I love. Love Sidebar. I mean, clearly I'm a big burger guy. Love
Used to work
Kingfish.
there. Shout out to Sidebar.
Yeah, shout out to Sidebar. Shout out to Lisa Ramos. I love Kingfish down the river. It's my jam. I know some people are not. Yeah, I ate there a lot. I just had it delivered the other day. Like, I fuck with Kingfish hard. Like, I know some people don't, but I think Kingfish is good food. So shout out to Kingfish, trying to keep it alive. They got it in Louisville, Southern Indiana. So you can get I always get the pick 3 Kingfish, and so I get like a few of the grilled items, and then I get they got really good onion rings, and their coleslaw's fire. I'm not even a big coleslaw guy, and I'll say this, like, their coleslaw it's top of the line. It's top of the line coleslaw. Put a little pepper on it. Woo. It's hitting. It is hitting. So, are you? What are you excited about in the new year, like for 2022? What has got you excited?
I think the most excited thing, besides celebrating my best friend's birthday this month, again, shout out to Nicole, which also the second thing has to do with her too, because we're actually going to go on we're going to go on like a little road trip this year to Colorado in October.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'm super excited. Like, her and I are like travel buddies.
Yeah,
like,
you all have done some trips before in the past.
Yeah, I've had some fun times, but we're going to go hiking, and we're going to climb the Stairway to Heaven, and like, yeah, it's going to be really cool. We're going to do some tours and like, stay in some cool Airbnbs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This is like our big trip for like the year that we're gonna plan. So we're gonna do it right, have super fun.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, trips are dope. I'm going to do a bunch of like mini trips and maybe a couple big trips this year. Like, it's always excited. It's always exciting when the new year starts because it's like. It's kind of like a blank canvas. You kind of like do whatever the fuck you want. You want to like make it certain ways. Like there's gonna be downs, but there's also ups, and you can kind of just mold and and I don't know. Like, this is kind of the time to like you can like really direct and like dictate your year and really figure out exactly what you want to do and what So it's always a good feeling to start. And I felt like. Something I was very thankful for and blessed was that like I started this new year fresh with the new car, with kind of a better relationship with my family there towards the end, friendships, like kind of my house, like everything just coming together from the standpoint I felt like I was kind of like completing things, like feeling good, and I was like ready to start the new year fresh. And like I know there's going to be challenges and there's things that I want to overcome, but there's also like a lot of goals and beautiful things I want to see. So I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for a fresh year, and life's good. And and I'm really excited to get these podcasts going. I mean, this is episode 6, and I'm going to try 21 episodes in each season, so I got another 15 to go for this, and I'm really excited to see what guests are going to come about, and I'm just really excited to see where the podcast can keep going. I really want to in 2022, and I need to talk about it here and manifest it like past guests have said. But starting a brand with this, like from the standpoint of like some T-shirts, some clothing, like I really want to just sell. I do want to start a website where I just have, since I own my own logo with this, like have it where I have like 2 T-shirt designs, just simple, basic, that they can order. I'm probably even split the money with the website, but do that sometime this week, like, and get people to buy T-shirts on there. And I think it would be just something cool, just for a start. And then if it turns out where like the T-shirts are really selling, maybe even buy some and have some, my own I can sell and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just ideas I've had. I've also talked to Diane in Idaho and other people that have had ideas about that. So that's something I've always wanted to do with it, because I've noticed people on TikTok, other avenues, really going with more of the brand outlet, and and trying to pushing those kind of things. So I think it'd be cool.
If you can manifest it, you should do it.
Yeah, and that's something that I've trying to been like thinking and going that lifestyle here lately, trying to do that more because I think in general it can really happen, and that idea. And so, but also it's got to take. Sometimes it's hard for me because I'm such an impatient person, but sometimes I've realized too that it's almost like mentally it's just taking it day by day to really get to certain things and goals, and and sometimes it's like the patience really pays off, but when you have something you really want to like get done, or like you want to do for fun, or you're like gotta knock this shit out, you're like fuck, I need to do this now. In that regard, but also too, are you happy with your career right now? You feeling good about that? You feeling?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have, and I say you don't always have to, I'm not saying you have to name drop where you work. I'm saying like, do you feel like you're vibing with it still, liking it?
Work is it's a lot, but I do enjoy the work that I do. I do enjoy the people I work around, and I just I wake up and I just feel blessed to have a job and continuing to, I guess, contribute what I can to society. So,
no, that's good. That's good. And I feel like you've done a lot in this past year with all the tragedy that did happen in your past year. You really I feel like you sacrificed a lot of your own, and that's not, you didn't even say that, that's me just personally, just from my viewpoint. I feel like you sacrificed a lot by I feel like you put yourself aside to really help others and take care of yourself, and that just showed how you were a selfless person. And I think that also, it did affect relationships and friendships from standpoints of like, you were so like caring and helping, focused on different things, that you had so much going on that like I think people really like saw your energy and stuff like that. And I think a lot of your friends, like I felt like you got so much closer to them, just even seeing the energy on like Christmas, and then like I feel like you and I just pick right back up when we don't see each other, but I feel like it really got you closer and tight from the standpoint like it brought, even though there's some tragedies, like you did so much, like you cared, you really put your self out there helping people and like that thing. So I think you've done a lot last year, and I think you have a lot coming for you this year. So I think you should ride with that momentum. I think that's why your December was good. And I think too, like I said, I think your friends see it, and I think you had so much going on. You were so busy, but you also were putting so many, your friends, like you were putting them like out there, like you were helping them, like you were not saying them on a pedestal, but it's like you were making sure they were taken care of, and it showed, and you're making sure your dog's taken care of, and you're checking on your family, and it showed. And I think it really did affect your friendships, relationships, by bringing you closer with people. And that's where like people like me and others can just pick it right back up with you, because we knew what you were doing and what you were dealing with. And so I think it's made you a stronger person. And like I said, I wanted to tell you, it's like definitely ride that momentum, motivation into next year, because I really think you can, take advantage. Because like I said, you had a lot of ups and downs for sure.
Yeah, it was a tough one last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, a lot of tragedy, a lot of things just continue to happen. I won't go into too much detail, but I'm just, by the end of it all, you have to stand back up and tell yourself, like, all right, like, I'm not going to get over it, but I'm going to get through it. Like, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to move on with my life. And I'm just
Yeah.
And this year, I'm trying to tell myself, like, it's okay to say no to things, because, like, usually I'm just a very go person all the time.
We're very same personality.
And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're just kind of like, oh, okay, but,
yeah,
you know, sometimes you just got to remind yourself, like, hey, like, it's okay to slow down a little bit.
Exactly.
But, you know, and another thing that's interesting is, like, yes, like, you know, I have, like, my actual, like, my own blood family and stuff like that, and I love them, but, like, on the other side, like, how cool is it that you get to choose your family?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I got you, like, you're like my brother, man, and then, you know, I've got, like, all my girlfriends, like, they're my sisters, like, I would do anything in the world for them, like, you know,
that's where
family.
Yeah, and that's why I was trying to explain, like, saying you had all that tragedy and you had the ups and downs, but it's like you just, I felt like, just sacrificed so much and you gave up so much of yourself, but it just, and well, that's what I meant by it. It's just like it affected your friendships and your family from the standpoint. I felt like it brought you so much closer to them because, and I feel like it brought so much more just love and compassion. Y'all just got so much tighter. I mean, even with your family, like you know, because I think they knew what you were going through, and I knew what you were going through. You and I remember talking to you in office, like, depot parking lot, like, you know, but you just have remained strong and you continue to battle and you just, you know, like I said, you sacrifice a lot. So keep it up. Like, you know, you have that right attitude and you're like, you know, I think your 2022 is going to be good from the standpoint you keep the momentum going and look forward to those trips and, like, doing that kind of shit. So
just want to see stuff, and on my bucket list, I just want to go to the top of a mountain.
And that was kind of why. Like I said, I didn't want to ever, you know, my podcast is all about positivity. I don't ever like to bring up too much negativity, but I just wanted to bring that up, and that, you know, and then I get into that long-winded thing, but it was just like, it was more to telling you that I saw what happened last year, and then, you know, and what all kind of, like, how everybody saw it, but then it's like, I feel like with this year, you gotta, like, I think this is your year to, like, have fun. Like, you went through so much last year that it's like, this is the year to have fun. And we were talking, you know, clean canvas, but just about how, I don't know, just a new year is just such a fresh start. It's just such a good feeling. And it's almost like TV shows. Like, when you watch a new season and you see how, you know, so many things have changed, you know, different vibes that way. So, but yeah, I don't know. I want to, for this year, I really want to travel and see things, but I really want to try to continue with this podcast. Definitely, you know, get season 2 complete. Keep, you know, developing my career and my life, and just, I don't know, just keep living life to the fullest. So many crazy things are happening. Like, it's fucking wild to me. Like, New Year's Eve, like, here in Louisville, like, everybody was shooting their guns, and, like,
I kept hearing that. I was like, what is happening, people?
And I thought it was just stupid, because I'm like, it's such a waste of ammo. And then also, too, I found shell casings on my apartment staircases, and, like,
what?
Yeah, like, I found a couple shell casings, and that really pissed me off, because it got to a point where I'm like, you know, what dumbasses shoot them in a fucking apartment complex? So it's crazy to me, because so many things can happen so quick. So that's why it is about living life to the fullest, and that's why I'm continuing doing that. Like, I felt like I ended the year, it went smooth, and, like, it's been going smooth so far, so I'm really excited to, you know, I don't know, I'm excited to see what this year holds, for real, because this is, like, the first episode I've done in 2022, so, am I saying right, 2022, yeah, so I think that's, something I gotta get used to saying, but I think that's dope. Before finishing up this episode with Leah, I had watched the new James Bond recently, No Time to Die, which is the last one of Daniel Craig. And let me say this, it was fucking incredible.
Shout out to Daniel Craig.
It was incredible, and shout out to Daniel Craig. He fucking killed it. I loved it. I was a huge fan. I thought it was absolutely just wonderful. Very long, but just the way it ended, and it just all made sense. And I'm excited to kind of see what the future holds, but I also think the future's going to be unique. But yeah, it's always good to see a James Bond, and I felt like so disappointed in myself because I'm such a big Bond fan. Like how did I not see that yet? So took the time, saw it, loved it. Shout out to James Bond. So, but I want to again thank everybody that's been listening, downloading. Thank you for the time. You hit me up at vibingwithsleazy@gmail.com. Also, too, Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. Hit me up, show the love, support, messages, any fan ideas, any guest ideas. I always love it. I'm constantly booking new guests. Season 2 still booking, still figuring out some plans, networking. Really excited to have Leah Knowland on, somebody that I wanted to have on, just as a friend, and I thought we'd have a good time, and, I'm very happy with the episode, and shout out to Finn, shout out to the whole birthday gang, and, but again, thank you to everybody that's been listening. You can listen to Vibing with Sleazy on all platforms, and, Leah, you want to say tell you where they can reach you?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's xleahbia, xtm, and that's Bia with 3 A's.
Okay, and do you still do TikTok?
Yeah, it's the same, xleahbia, xtm.
Okay, yeah, and you know what? And I'll shout out my TikTok, Hibachi Sleezy, Sleez. But yes, thank you guys so much for listening, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.